three-quarter time, but then it was looked like his left hammy was cramping. He has had those hamstring surgeries.
This is what maybe was going on. We're not really sure. Got a bit to say, Kenny, and
as a coach, that's pretty disappointing. You'd think, I reckon Ken as a coach would sit back and go, we've just had a win, a great win. You should be talking about how well our team played. Instead, a coach is out there mouthing off to a losing side. Pretty poor form.
You certainly don't see it very, very often at all. We've had remember Kevin Sheets once had an incident with an opposition player, but yeah, there's a lot going on there.
And it continues there. Look at that. That's extended dialogue.
Ken, you'll probably play straight back to this one, but I'm going to give it a whirl anyway. Jack Ginnivan's given you a bit of material to work with. Will you use it to further roll up your boys?
Jack's used it for me. I didn't have to.
So the AFL's going to absolutely hate this one. There it is, leaving on a jet plane. No, you aren't. Great lip reading from you there as well, Nathan Buckley. 3 or 4 times him saying that you're not flying, you're not flying. So he has said post-match to reporters, I shouldn't have said what I did. I want to apologise. I was just telling Jack he wasn't going anywhere, but you throw that stuff around, you'll get it back. I'm sure we'll get more in the post-match press conference. For me, though, Kath, it was almost that Mark Williams. Alan Scott, you were wrong. An absolute explosion of emotion there. All of a sudden, in that result, he clearly knows that he's short up his job for next year. So we know the AFL doesn't love it because they start fining people like Jason McCartney 20,000. Look at that byplay. It's extraordinary. But you wouldn't think the AFL would intervene, even though it's probably not a great scene, but you could absolutely understand, as you would, Nathan, the explosion of whatever it was there in those jubilant post-match scenes.
Gee, the tension on field. Thank you, Ralphie. Nathan Buckley, you're the one, as I said, you can relate better than most. You know the pressures of being a senior coach in the AFL. What did you make of it?
Yeah, look, I do agree with Geordie in some sense that the coaches need to be held to a higher standard, and maybe you don't regress to that. But I mean, even lip syncing again or lip reading again, James Sicily saying smart ass, like you go, well, like you live by the sword, you die by the sword a little bit.
That's right. Hey, the Karma Bus got him tonight, as well as great Port Adelaide pressure. But it's a great level of this game, no doubt about it. When most people thought Hawthorn were going to come over here and probably have a convincing victory, it's amazing. A week's a long time of football. I know it's a cliche, but Kenny would have used every bit of that. And he's probably not the ideal person to be shooting off on social media when you're coming up against a Ken Hinkley-led team. Not all coaches are going to lean into that. Ken Hinkley definitely would have used it as motivation for his boys. Now, what effect that is, that's subjective, we know, but no doubt it would have had an impact on that group during the week.
Jordan?
Oh, I thought it was embarrassing from my point of view. I really did. How he did it and where he did it, you understand Luke Bruce was coming off. There was going to be a guard of honour, you know, recognising a champion of the game, 300 games. I don't think there was anything to be gained on it. And I think if you wanted to have a bit of play during the week, well, we'll say it then. I don't think you gain anything saying it after the game, and to think that, you know, it's not going to get talked about and not going to get fined. I think it's embarrassing from Ken's point of view, to be honest.